Alright, Shalom, Kal Halal, La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth from, and who do well, and salutations unto you brothers, and you few sisters that do take heed in sincerity and in truth. May Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai increase your faith. Coming back again to the spirit and power and grace of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak This is an article. I was looking up a lesson to do about a little late, but about these whole festivities, about because I live in Toronto, and you got the Raptors and all this foolishness going on. So I looked up bread and circus, right, the term, because that's actually an ancient term during the time of the Roman Empire. And this is from howstuffworks.com, and the article is by L'Oreal Dove. What does bread and circus mean? Right? It says here, there's a caption, there's a picture, an illustration, which says, after World War I, the collapse of German currency led to material assets being used for money. Here, people are exchanging bread, jam, and other goods for circus tickets. The phrase really refers to people being pacified by their government with food and entertainment. Sound familiar? It says, you've just cajoled the last lo mein noodle out of a takeout container and narrowly avoided choking on it thanks to the dangerously hilarious comedy special you're watching. Then just as soon as you've begun to recover, that friend starts texting, railing against the inadequacies and inequities of local government. Instead of replying, though, you put your phone on vibrate and turn back to the entertainment at hand. It's just too difficult to get upset when your belly is full and your mind is distracted. The idea that people can be pacified by food and entertainment when they should be rallying to their prescribed civic duties isn't a new one. In fact, the concept was first described in ancient times by the satirical Roman poet Juvenal, who penned the Latin term panem et circenses, which means bread and circuses, right? So as you see, this is an ancient term, and this is all you people are occupied in. And it's not too hard to kind of step back, even for the average person, and to look, right? What does this society push, man? It pushes these two big things, entertainment and food. You have a term called foodie. You have a whole culture built upon, look what you have now. Skip the dishes, right? Uber Eats, takeout. You got, and all it, I get mad, man, because all it promotes is sluggardness, man, laziness, slothfulness. That's why one of the sins, let's get that, in the book of Proverbs, is gluttony, right? They made a movie back in the day called Seven. Your brother should check that movie out with Brad Pitt. I forget the chapter, but it was actually based off this scripture, I believe. I believe maybe chapter 6. I should have looked it up. Salakia. Was that 16? No, I don't got it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look it up. Alright, I'm going to look it up here. Right, so 7 sins or 7 deadly sins. I guess they made a lot of capitalism off that term. But it says here, right, what are the 7 deadly sins? Again, this is a Christian highlight. Alright, it says lust, gluttony, which gluttony is what? Overeating. That's all gluttony is. Gluttony is overeating, man. It says here, gluttony, excessive and ongoing eating of food or drink. Does not this society promote that, man? When have you been taught how to even eat properly in this fucking kingdom? Do they not promote, eat till your heart is content, eat till your belly is full and overfull, and eat and eat and eat? Do not these women, you take them out on dates? Oh, I love food. All I eat, and I want to go here and I want to go there. Ask a person or a friend or associate the last time they fasted. They look at you like you got three heads, man. They'll look at you like you're crazy. Fasting? What do you mean? You want me to kill myself? You want my ribs to touch? When again, you have not been properly educated on nutrition, man, how to eat. Right? As you see here, lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride. Okay? And why is that, man? Because when you engage in overeating, man, you're messing yourself up multifold. You're messing yourself up physically. You're overloading your digestive system, your digestive organs, your liver, your pancreas, gallbladder, small intestines, etc., etc. And you're causing blockages, man, which causes, again, mental issues down the line, promotes excessiveness and uncontrollability. Because if you can't control, there's actually an ancient saying, a proverb, the first step to controlling your soul, your spirit, which that's in the scriptures, controlling your spirit, is the ability to eat, to restrict yourself from eating, and knowing, not knowing, but basically controlling what you eat and how much you eat. If you can do that, you're on your way of controlling and having your spirit about you. Which I'll get that scripture in case brothers are wondering what I mean. It's also in the book of Proverbs. Salakia, 1 second. No, it's not that. Salakia. I believe it has to do with the word fortress. No, it's slipping my mind, man. Salakia. One moment. Alright, Salakia, it's the word spirit, not soul. This is Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. You see? So that's showing you the power, man, if you can control yourself, man. And again, we know ultimately the Lord directs your path, so you got to pray to the Lord for that spirit of discipline and a tough mentality to be your own warden, so to speak. Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Right? And spiritually, what is that talking about? That's talking about the fact that your guards are down, man. And them demons can attack you. Which demons are already trying to attack you when your walls are up. But if your walls are down, how difficult do you think it is for the enemy, to reach within? So let's go back here. So again, man, this is all this all ties in the scriptures. If you have prudence and knowledge of the scriptures, just like that devil, I believe it was Theodore Roosevelt, he said a thorough understanding of the Bible is better than a college education. So that devil, and back then, they took their education serious, man. When these prestigious universities and alma maters in America, man, they were top of the crop, man. That's when the Most High was, I guess you can say, dealing with Esau, in a left hand way. You know what I mean? Because them guys were both studying and doing so-called scholarly things, man. And the prime minister down, they were all men of so-called prestige, even though they're a bunch of devils. It's not like today. We're just a circus, man. Today is actually a damn circus, man. With Trump and all this arrogancy and pride. Back then, they were hiding it, and they were conducting themselves in a certain manner. Now it's just a damn circus, man. Everyone's trying to be cool. The mayor's trying to be cool. The fucking prime minister's trying to be cool. The president's it's a circus show, man. All right, that down here it says two things only the people anxiously desire: bread and circuses. He wrote, lamenting the failure of citizens to take action against the democratic Roman Republic fell and the heavy-handed Roman Empire began. Within a mere 100 years, Rome underwent massive governmental changes. What in 133 BC was a free republic that relied on a voting populace and an assembly system morphed into an embittered autocracy by the first century. See? Or aristocrats. Thus, Juvenal's term, bread and circuses, went viral, used by scores of people then and now to describe people who voluntarily trade their democratic freedoms in exchange for stable yet controlling government. Back then, the Roman government kept the Roman people pacified by offering them free food and rousing entertainment in the Roman Colosseum. Now, bread and circuses applies to any civic or governmental entity or any situation really in which the masses willingly accept the short-term solutions to ease their discontent. You know? And again, man, these people aren't really about anything, man. You know, they don't really care. All they need to hear is Drake on the radio, or go to Wonderland, and go to Caravana, go to Miami, go to Cancun, and you're pacified, man. You're good. You're pacified. Like a baby might cry sometimes with a pacifier, but then it sucks on the pacifier and it's fine. That's you people, man. Okay? You don't even spit it out, man. You just stay pacified. Right? Again, man, when I was a kid, man, all I remember a lot of fucking commercials about food and soft drinks and sweets and just an overindulgence. There's no cap, man. There was never, okay, well, this is enough. No, it's just the more the better, man. All you can eat buffet, all this foolishness. And then with the entertainment, it was complete foolishness, man. And in this society, entertainment is uplifted to a high degree. It's not that much of a high degree, man. You guys aren't doing jobs like let's say a rescue team, in a national emergency, or even everyday laborers that build and construct your damn structures, man. The places that you do business, the places where you live, the places you hold dear, man. Masons and bricklayers and people that build the foundation, man. Those are real jobs that should be honored, man. So-called, you have blue collar and white collar jobs, man. All right? You people, man, you're all bugged out, man. There's a lot of work that goes in. The only thing I would argue is something like boxing, man. Fighting, a combat sport. Because even though, yes, you have other sports like, for example, basketball, football, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. But something one of my instructors told me years ago was, uh, again, I forgot what it was fully, but basically it was along the lines of, you have all these other sports, you have even arts. He just mentioned arts in general. You have music, you have painting, you have all kinds of arts, and they take time, they take dedication. But he said you will never find anything like fighting that mends all three, which is your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. You know, something along those lines. And it's very true, man. Because if you got the basketball player, yes, they get injured, and the football player especially, and when you go down like to like hockey and rugby, it's rough, man. But nothing really prepares you for one-on-one. You're in there alone. You got your corner, but you're in there alone for a fight. And that's why do you think the scriptures, a lot of times Paul, he compared fighting and boxing, things like that, to this word, because it takes your everything, man. If you ever been in a fight, or if you sparred, and you're there, man, you're taking body shots, man, you're getting hit in the nose, man, you might get punched in the throat. You get hit in the eye, it goes watery and blurry, and you're there, man, and you see the time, you got a minute and a half left, and you're getting beat up, man, and your breath starts giving out and your legs starts getting weak, and the walls feel like they're closing in, but there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide, man. You're there, man. So that's a fight, and in this word, this applies to the even tenfold, because it's to the point where you might be physically in a bad place, homeless or whatever, in a bad position. You'll be mentally stressed out, and spiritually you'll feel like the walls are closing in. You know what I mean? And that's a scary thing, man. That's why this thing is really the toughest fight of our lives, man. Like the brother Howard, he made that video a year ago, and it's true, man. This is the this is the most hardest fight of our life, man. Okay, not trying to get a mortgage, not trying to get that next job, not trying to please your woman. This is the hardest fight of your life, man. In this word, and it's a beautiful thing, man. You got to take it cheerfully. You got to take the good with the bad, and the bad comes more than the good. And when the bad comes, the dam is flooding, man. It's overflowed. But the Lord can cease it, man. You got to pray that the Lord maintains your spirit, right? Not to get off topic, but again, that's why I would uh, argue the decision that a boxer, a fighter, should get paid what they get paid, and even more. Because again, man, boxers have died. There was a boxer called Sugar Ray Robinson. He had a dream. He killed a man, and he went to a so-called priest, I believe. I don't know what denomination. And the priest said, "No, you're okay. You can go fight." He convinced him otherwise, right? And he fought, and he hit the guy. They fell unconscious. He hit the floor, and later he died. Right? So boxing is very serious, man. That takes your all, and then more, the spirit, right? But all these other sports, man, dude, you know, you got you got team players, man. You have you know, other people to depend upon. You're not that one guy. You know, the training, and again, the games are rough. I know that. I've played different sports, not at the top level, so I can imagine how hard it must be. So I can't just say it lightly. But overall, when you compare it, it's not the same thing, man. So these people, man, you're just in this matrix of eating and watching and rooting and going crazy. When these people had the parade downtown, I was, hey man, Brakate Yahawa Brakate Yoshai. You had that shooting and the stabbings, or the shootings and the stabbings. You people are rioting, man, mad. Okay, in the 30-degree hot sun, man, crazy out of your mind, right? Bugged out, man. Like the quality of life has gone up since the Raptors have become champions, man. Get the hell out of here, man. People are bugged out of your minds. God damn this place, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai condemn this place, man. Okay. Back here it says the bread and circuses concept is also a fitting descriptor for dominant ideology. Dominant ideology is a Marxist construct exemplified by the idea that economically disadvantaged classes will accept that it's their fate to remain so. So once poor was poor, I can't start a business, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm just gonna punch in my clock and that's it. Work my 40 hours and that's it, man. It's possible that the moral of the story is one of independence in thought, action, and economics, and especially when it comes to the Roman Colosseum, right? So that was it on that, man. And I just wanted to bring that out. I didn't bring too many scriptures out, but again, this thing is very scriptural. This is all to distract the masses. How Esau works, he works in deception. Okay, so you people out there, you're bamboozled by bread and circus, which is just, again, nowadays in popular culture, is being a foodie, right? And being a whatever, art lover or lover of the arts or entertainment or whatever the case is, man. I'm gonna say it again: entertainers and sportsmen, they're not as big as superstars as you point them out to be. The true superstars, I'm gonna show you who the true superstars are gonna be in the kingdom. Okay, or in this place, to be honest, starting, man. This is Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. See? So in this place where we have been put to shame, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, the Latinos, Native Americans, and the confusion of faces, they have been put to shame in this place, and they have been afflicted, but the Lord is undoing all of that. And the elect, man, those great men, whoever they may be, they will have the fame and the praise, man. They will be men of renown once again, pursuing the Genesis 6. Okay, so with that, I want to say Kal Halal, La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Ruchakodash, the blindness to the apostles of GMS who rule well, who I learned this truth from, and salutations unto you, Akim and Aquathim, that do take heed. May Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai increase your faiths. Until next time, I say Shalom.